You're just sitting there scrolling, and then you see it. Someone your age just got promoted, or launched their business, or bought their first home. And something shifts inside you, something quiet, but heavy. You keep scrolling. Another win, another highlight, another life that looks better than yours. A degree, a milestone, a moment you haven't reached yet. So you put the phone down, but it doesn't help, because the feelings don't leave when the screen goes dark. So you pick it back up, because somehow you can't stop. Another achievement, this one hits different, and you feel smaller. The phone drops out of your hands, not from boredom, from something heavier. You cover your face, not because you're sad for them, but because of what you're feeling about yourself. And then you look up, tired, and you wonder, why does everyone else seem to be winning? That question follows you away from the couch and into your own head. And today, instead of just sitting with it, I decided to actually understand it. Because once I understood it, everything started to change. This is called social comparison, and it's not a flaw, it's a feature. Built into your brain, present in every human being who has ever lived. In 1954, psychologist Leon Festinger published something that changed how we see ourselves. He called it social comparison theory. Here it is in plain terms. We don't know how to evaluate ourselves in a vacuum. We need reference points, so we look at other people. Our brain scans the environment, constantly, measuring us against everything it finds. It pulls in people around us like a radar system sweeping for signals. And it uses those signals to answer one quiet question: how am I doing? Here's the problem. The answer the brain comes back with is rarely kind. There are two directions comparison can go: upward and downward. Upward comparison is when you measure yourself against someone doing better than you. Downward comparison is when you measure against someone doing worse. Upward comparison is the one that lives in your phone. Every scroll is a curated feed of upward comparisons, packaged as inspiration. And then there's something important I want you to understand about what you're actually seeing. When someone posts their win, what you see is a highlight reel. They selected one frame, the best one, the most flattering one. Everything else, the failures, the confusion, the 3 a.m. doubt, is hidden behind the frame. The real story is this wide, but you only see this much of it. And yet your brain compares your entire life, the ugly, unedited version, to their one shining moment. That is not a fair fight. It was never meant to be. I want to be honest with you for a second, because I've been in that spiral, longer than I'd like to admit, comparing my chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20. I drank some water and sat with something uncomfortable. Because the truth about comparison is uncomfortable before it becomes freeing. And then I wrote down a question, one simple question. What if I competed with myself instead? I read it back, and something shifted, quietly, but completely. So I walked to the board and erased everything, and wrote the only thing that mattered. Your only opponent. Not the person on your timeline, not your colleague, not your old classmate. You. Yesterday's version of you. I opened a new page and drew the simplest table. Yesterday me. Today me. In the left column, where I was. In the right column, where I am now. Even the small shifts, the quiet growth, the things no one posts about. I read both columns side by side, and something registered. I had actually moved, even when it didn't feel like it. Here, this is the tool, this page, this practice. Imagine a running track, you in the inner lane. Everyone else you've been comparing yourself to, in the outer lane. Now draw an X through them, not because they don't matter, but because they are not in your race. Your lane has one competitor, one clock, one stopwatch, and every PR you set is against your own previous time. That's the only scoreboard that is fair, the only one that's yours. I picked up my phone again, just held it. Because the phone isn't the enemy. The unconscious habit is. I put it face down, chose the notepad instead. Opened back to the 2-column table, kept building it. More entries, more honest data, more real benchmarks. And then, I felt the pull. that familiar itch to check. My hand reached for the phone halfway before I caught it. I pulled it back, eyes back to the notepad. Not perfectly, but intentionally. I finished the entry, closed the notebook, and sat back. Arms behind my head, nothing to scroll, nothing to chase. Just the quiet, and the clarity that comes when you stop measuring yourself against the world. Something had landed. I stood up with the notepad and left the phone on the desk. I walked away from it, for the first time in a long time without anxiety, and I didn't look back. I opened the notepad one more time, read both columns. Yesterday me, today me, and I smiled. Because I could see it. Real growth. Mine. So here's what I want you to know, and I mean every word of this. Stop comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. Stop measuring your whole story against someone else's best scene. You are running your own race, in your own lane, on your own clock. Here are 3 things to remember. 1. Comparison is wired in. You are not broken for doing it. 2. What you see online is one frame out of thousands. It is not the whole truth. 3. The only benchmark that matters is yesterday's version of you. Take this notebook page and make it yours. 2 columns. Yesterday me, today me. Fill it in tonight. Just 1 entry per column. Leave it on your desk, not your phone. I'm not telling you to delete the apps or throw the phone away. I'm telling you this. Every time you pick it up to scroll, try picking up a pen instead. Even once a week, that's enough to start. Because the version of you that you're comparing yourself to online, they don't exist. They never did. But the version of you sitting here right now, watching this, thinking about this, they're real, and they're already growing. Thank you for being here today. Run your race, your lane, your clock, and put the phone down long enough to notice how far you've actually come. You're further along than you think. Quietly, completely. Keep going. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. If you find this video interesting, please consider subscribe for more content like this.